What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about the crypto news. There's a hell of a lot knocking about in the last sort of 24 hours. So I'm going to run through some of it along with most of the news is regarding either regulation, growth, or adoption. But there is one piece of news regarding some particular coins. So I'm going to have a look at that first. Before I do, as always, I update the spreadsheet. These are the first 26 coins I've spoken about on the channel. I thought would absolutely smash it in this bull cycle. Had you invested $100 into each one when I release the videos, you're still holding those bags, you'd be in profit for 59,300 quid or dollars. Adding your $2,600 investment, you're sitting on, 61,900. I've held all of these at one point or another in closed positions on almost everyone in profit, not grim. Just close that crap because it was poor. And I've reinvested that money into new cryptos. If you want to see the cryptos, check out Copy My Crypto. I've built my portfolio to maximize gains during this bull cycle. My portfolio outperforms the market week in and week out. And a couple of my smaller coins have real opportunities for some great quick flip profits. If you want to make these gains before the bear cycle, then check the link in the description. Because make no mistake about it, the gains during the next few months will be fantastic, but the real gains come during the bear cycle. I found Phantom in the bear cycle, currently up 393 times in value. Okay, so market's pretty sideways today, actually. But Bitcoin not doing much, and everything else just all single digits right now. Although I will say, Bitcoin has recovered quite a bit because it actually retraced down to, I think, at one point 54,900. So it's recovered ground. But it generally looks like a bit of a sideways movement day. So we'll probably see, except Stellar, we'll probably see more volatility, more movement in some of the lower caps. So it might be worth checking out lower caps if you're looking for trades. Okay, so the first bit of news I'm going to talk about is this. So SIBA Bank, which is a Swiss based crypto bank, and is a fully regulated Switzerland-based financial institution that offers crypto services to its clients, has announced that it will be able to earn yield on their digital assets holdings. So this is quite big news. And finally, we know that, particularly in America, the SEC are very against any sort of yield. Don't dilute the banks. But this is more to do with particular assets. So they've done a press release. And the banks noted that the sharp growth witnessed in the DeFi space, with over $80 billion locked in across different protocols, had whetted the appetite of numerous institutional clients for various earning services, including staking, centralized lending, and borrowing. It's clear that as institutional interest in digital assets accelerates, investors have a broader appetite for crypto assets, with a particular interest in staking, DeFi, and borrowing and lending. Our comprehensive digital asset earning offering provides professional and institutional players with a flexible platform and a trusted regulated provider to securely enter the space. Innovation is a core tenet of our philosophy at SIBA Bank, and I'm excited to demonstrate our industry-leading innovation in delivering our clients the cutting-edge technology that they need to stay apace with the rapidly evolving digital assets industry. Look at that, an institution being forward-thinking. It's nice. So the crypto bank, or the Swiss crypto bank, has said that investors can use its lending and borrowing services to earn yield on by lending BTC and Ethereum directly on the platform, with more coin schedules to be added later. Currently, customers can generate yield on different supported blockchain networks, including Polkadot, Tezos, and Cardano. SIBA, however, revealed its intentions to add more protocols in the coming months. It was founded in 2018. SIBA is one of the first digital asset-focused banks in Switzerland to receive a license from the country's regulatory body, the Swiss Financial Market Authority. good to see that there are institutions around the world that are starting to make the right moves, or certainly the forward-thinking moves. So yeah, if you have a bank account with SIBA, stock up on Polkadot, Tezos, and Cardano because you can get some yield. All right, we've got some FUD news, so we'll deal with that. IMF, lovely IMF. So the IMF have warned of the dangers to the financial system from disappearing crypto coins and the instability of stable coins. Now, one thing I'll say, like the report is actually very positive on crypto. In large parts, they talk about the potential for innovation, the potential for growth. Their biggest concern regards stablecoins by far. And they do believe that it's something where all investors should be aware of how those stablecoins are pegged to an underlying asset. So that's the predominant focus throughout that entire report. There's more energy, more time, and more words in the report focused on that than anything else. So basically what they're saying is, so just to quote them a little bit, an investor running one country can also lead to cross-border spillover if large global crypto exchanges are involved. The concentrated ownership of stablecoins by market makers could also trigger wider contagion. They do compare, and I will point this out, because that whole report isn't just a crypto report. It's about climate and COVID, right? So the IMF are fear-mongering the hell out of COVID and climate change, and they've added in stable coins within crypto to that. So they're fear-mongering that hard as well. So the concentrated ownership of stablecoins by market makers could also trigger wider contagion. Although concentrated ownership of actual currency or of fiat currency by banks, no problem. Governments, no problem. Anyway, so stablecoins have also come under fire on account of the composition of their reserves. So obviously Tether, that came out fairly recently, that they claim to be fully backed by the US dollars, as in the amount of dollars that were in circulation, but it's largely backed by short-term corporate debt. The IMF recommended countries collaborate to address the technological, legal, regulatory, and supervisory challenges that crypto assets can bring. Where standards have not yet been developed, regulators need to use existing tools to control risk and implement a flexible framework for crypto assets. The IMF said central bank digital currencies could resolve some of the stability and transparency issues around the crypto market. IMF, you have to be aware, loans money to governments. They are very, very powerful. They, however you want to refer to them, international mafia fund. But they are hugely influential in terms of governments. Expect to see a number of governments and regulatory bodies starting to look more into stablecoins right now. I will say this, is that having read the report, they are not negative on crypto. They are concerned about effectively money being created from thin air that's not truly pegged to anything. That, to a degree, is obviously a very legitimate concern. And it is something that needs addressing, because obviously we've seen the weirdness within Tether. So yeah, but in all in, they are bullish and they are enthused about the growth potential of crypto in terms of technological innovations that can change business, that can improve industries worldwide. And it's not a singular industry. Every industry can be improved through blockchain, whether it's supply chains, or whether it's the innovations that are created within our AI that are gonna end up causing tons of innovation as well. But that is, stablecoins is, to be fair, something that does need addressing. We've also had a Bank of England official come out and say that Regulation should be pursued as a matter of urgency, all under the guise of investor protection. But risks in these areas are not the direct responsibility of financial stability authorities and do not normally pose risks of the financial system as a whole, but they can be a trigger for destabilizing market corrections. Crypto assets have obviously grown by roughly 200% from across this actual whole year. As the financial crisis showed us, you don't have to account for a large proportion of the financial sector to trigger financial stability problems. Subprime was valued at around 1.2 trillion in 2008. The fact that he's trying to equate the bank's fraud with subprime mortgages to crypto is amusing to me. The Bank of England will inevitably end up creating a CBDC for the digital pound. And that is just an inevitability. But yeah, a little bit of FUD from him. And we've also, oh no, that's literally the exact same article. Why have they got the same article twice? And in good news, or bullish news anyway, so Stripe, if you're unfamiliar with Stripe, Stripe is like a payment solution. Is what I use on Copy My Crypto. It's one of the best, most secure payment solutions worldwide, and they are looking to actually enter the cryptocurrency space. So they're reaching out for a team of engineers and designers to chart its path into digital assets as payment solutions through Stripe. Obviously, Stripe will take a percentage. That's what they do. But it's a phenomenal payment processor. It's literally one of, if not the biggest in the world, or certainly top two. And they've been keeping an eye on things for a while, but the last few years with the layer 2s, the new chains, the stable coins, the DeFi, they feel that it's time to start a crypto team, and they're hiring engineers as of now. So that's a huge opportunity, because you've got to bear in mind there are hundreds of thousands of companies globally that use Stripe. So all of a sudden, every one of those companies, once this is innovated and this is sorted on Stripe, every company that uses it could potentially offer all their clients the opportunity to pay in crypto and go through. And you've got a bit, and that can be tied to your business accounts and everything else. There's a real, for this is actually enormous news, because, like I said, Stripe globally is used by hundreds of thousands of companies, maybe more. Might be in seven figures, genuinely. So having that many businesses that potentially can start taking crypto as payments, all of a sudden, crypto is becoming even more mainstream. It's a huge adoption story. But yeah, things are, like I say, you get the FUD with the regulatory bodies, whether it's SEC, IMF, Bank of England, any central bank around the world. We're always going to get those stories, but actually, you look at the businesses, the tech giants. They're the ones that change things. They're the ones that push change. So Stripe being involved, great news. SIBA Bank being involved. It's an institution within Switzerland. It's not the central bank, but it's an institution. Great news. So all in, that kind of stuff, very, very positive. We might see a positive run on crypto tonight, but still looking fairly flat. Right now, we're not seeing any dramatic moves in any direction. To be fair, Bitcoin's recovered, so maybe it runs a little bit, or the altcoins start a run, but this could just be a sideways night tonight. But we'll see how it plays out. If you're new to crypto, check out Copy My Cryptos, where I share my portfolio, the one I've built to maximize gains during this bull cycle, the one that outperforms the market week in and week out, the one that has got the biggest holdings ready to explode in terms of gains, and one that has serious opportunities in terms of quick profit opportunities. Building your wealth during the bull cycle is important, because the bear cycle is where the money is made. The bear cycle is when you can find coins that are 5, 10, 20, 40, 100 times undervalued. Or in Phantom's case, 393 times undervalued. You can find them during the bear cycle. The more money you've got at that time, the more money you'll make. 2.5K when I released that Phantom video would put you at about $1 million. So there are opportunities, but you got to build that wealth before the bear cycle kicks in, guys. Anyway, that's it for me. Take care, guys. Bye bye.